Okay, so we're going to have fun today. More of y equals mx plus b is the first half of this lesson, okay? So we're on page, you said 563, right? First one. Yeah, let's just get into it. It says, write the equation of a line passing through the point 0, 2 with a slope of 5 over 2. Right now, we only know one equation for an equation of a line. What is that one equation? mx plus b. And that equation we need to know slope and the constant, which is specifically the y-intercept. So, Harsh, tell me, question for you. Where is 0, 2 on the graph? What kind of point is that? 0, 2. Nope. X-intercept or y-intercept? That is the y-intercept because x is 0. So is this the y-intercept? Yes, only because x is 0. So it is the y-intercept. So can we make the equation? Y equals 5 over 2x plus the y-intercept is 2. So if you're given a point and x is 0, then that is the y-intercept. We can plug it into mx plus b. Okay, let's just do one line. Line 1 or line 2? Okay, line 1. It says state the slope and the y-intercept. So I'd like you to look at line 1 and write down the slope and the y-intercept. You should be able to do this. So figure out the slope and figure out the y-intercept from the graph, and we're just looking at line 1. So just this line here. Okay. Find the slope and the y-intercept. Get larger. Okay, how are you doing? Did you get the y-intercept? -4? Would you agree? Okay, -4. Slope, you need to just find any 2 points. So what you do and your neighbor do might be different. Any 2 points that are nice. So you can use the y-intercept, and then it's up to you to find another nice one. I think here's a good one, here's a good one. Right, any of these? What did you get for your slope? 1/3, good. You're going up 1, right 3. Maybe you went up 2, right 6. But it still reduces to 1/3. So our equation, what's the equation? 1/3 x minus 4. Your y-intercept's the constant, and then the slope is the coefficient of x. Don't forget to write x in. That happens sometimes. Okay, so let's make it a little bit more interesting. Determine the equation of the following lines. It's parallel to the line y equals 1/3 x plus 4. Keyword is parallel to. Now, whenever you hear parallel, what should you think? Yes, same slope. Let's make it same slope. Okay, so that means the slope of our line is going to be what? Just 1/3. 1/3. If the slope is 1/3 on that graph, our parallel graph will have a slope of 1/3 as well. And then it says the same y-intercept as the equation, y equals 6x minus 7. What is the y-intercept here? -7, the constant. So that means our y-intercept is negative 7. And so now we can make our equation 1/3 x minus 7. Y equals. Not so bad? Easy so far? Okay. So far. Ooh, I like this one. Determine the equation of the following. A line that passes through 0, 9 and is perpendicular to the line of, or these points, 2, negative 6, negative 5, 0. Okay, so when you hear the word perpendicular, we need to find what with that? What's relating the two lines if they're perpendicular? Opposites. They're 90-degree angle. So what specifically does that relate to? Does that relate to the y-intercept or the slope? It relates to the slope. Remember, it's going to be the negative reciprocal or opposite sign reciprocal. Okay? So that's what we want to find first. We want to find the slope. Okay? So our slope, we need to start by finding the slope of these 2 points. Because if we know the slope of these 2 points, we can get the slope perpendicular. That's perpendicular to it. So second y minus the first y. What's the second y? We're using which 2 points first of all? These 2, right? Okay, because it's perpendicular to those 2 points. So second y, which is the second y? 0 minus negative 6 divided by second x minus first x minus 2. Okay? When you subtract a negative, 6 divided by negative 7. Okay, so that means our line, does our line have that slope? Or what is the slope of our line? Positive, opposite sign, and flipped, because we're perpendicular. So positive 7 over 6. So in order to make the equation, we need 2 things. We need slope, check. We need y-intercept. Do they tell me the y-intercept? Yes, why? It passes through 0, 9. And we know that this is the y-intercept because x is 0. So do we know our b value? Yes. So our equation plus 9. Okay. There's our answer. Whenever you hear the words parallel or perpendicular, you're using slope. It's either going to be the same slope, or if it's perpendicular, opposite sign flipped. With me, Tej Karan? Okay. Moving on. Last question on this. Oh, no, it's not the last. But we're going to go quick. Give me a second. Yeah, let's do it. Diagram shows a graphing calculator screen. The intercepts are integers. Determine the equation of the line. Okay, so looking at this, the x goes, what's the scale on the x-axis? The x scale. 5. So that means each one of these ticks is worth 5. Okay? What's the scale on y? 7. So each one of these ticks is worth 7. Okay? So if we're going to make the equation, we need 2 things. Slope, y-intercept. Which one do you know right now? Yeah, what's the y-intercept? 14. Okay, is 14. How could I get the slope? 2 nice points. Do we know 2 nice points? Yes. So we know the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Those are two nice points. We can use rise over run. So if slope is rise over run, I'm going from the y-intercept to the x. Do I go up or down? From the y-intercept to the x-intercept. So down, so negative 14, down 14, oops. And then right how much? And then right 20. And then right 20. Does that reduce? Negative 7 over 10. Divide both by 2. Okay. All right, so do we know our equation now? Y equals negative 7 over 10x plus 14. There it is. I'm going to briefly talk about this next stuff. We're not going to spend forever on it. I talked about this yesterday a little bit. Yep. Oh, so see this window settings right here? And here's a highlighter. The scale is the third one. So x scale is 5, and the y scale was 7. So then that's how much each tick is worth. Okay. Okay, horizontal and vertical lines. So we talked about this yesterday. Yesterday, I don't want to read through all of this. We're just going to make the equations. When we have a horizontal line, what do we say is the slope of the horizontal line? 0. So technically, for a horizontal line, you can still use mx plus b, right? Because your slope is 0. And so what happens is you get y equals 0 times x plus b. What is 0 times anything? 0, which is, so it's just gone. So which is why our equation for a horizontal line is y equals b, or y equals a constant. So in this first line, the top line here, y is equal to what? So what is y always, no matter what x is? What value, what's the y-intercept? On this line? It's kind of hard to see, but it's 4. Okay? There's a 5. Right, look at this. Maybe I'll use a highlighter just to help. The y-axis is here, and the x-axis is right. Oh, you were looking at this line, I think. That's the x-axis. Okay, so this would be the equation y equals 4. This one on the x-axis would be the equation y equals, that one you guys had already said that one. 0. Yeah, y equals 0. And this would be y equals negative 6. So whenever you just have y equals a constant, it's a horizontal line because your slope is 0. Vertical lines, however, oh, that was just the axis. That wasn't even a line. Oh, yeah, that's why you're confused. Yeah, there's only line 1, 2, and 3. Silly me. Okay, vertical lines are going to look like what? Does anyone remember? Okay, the slope is undefined. Can you put an undefined slope into that equation? No, you can't. You can't. And so it's actually not a y equals equation. It's going to be a x equals a constant. Or x equals a number. Okay? So depending on wherever it crosses the x-axis, the x-intercept is. So line 3 would be the equation x equals what? What's the x-intercept of line 3? What is across the x-axis? At negative 3. No matter what x is or y is, x is always negative 3. Every single coordinate has x is negative 3. Y could be whatever. So that's why x is at negative 3. It's always negative 3. Okay? So all we really need to touch on is this. That when you have y equals a constant, some number, some constant, horizontal line. X equals a constant is a vertical line. Okay? So we talked about that a little bit yesterday. So really briefly, determine the equation of a line through the points negative 2 and 8. So we'll just do a rough sketch. Negative 2 and 8. And it's parallel to the y-axis. If you're parallel to the y-axis, are you horizontal or are you vertical? Vertical. So in A, this is part A, what would be the equation of that line? Is it x equals or y equals? It's vertical. X equals for vertical. Okay, x equals negative 2. Just think about this. Does it have an x-intercept or a y-intercept? There's an x-intercept, so it's an x equals equation. Okay? Parallel to the x-axis. So for parallel to the x-axis, that line's going to be horizontal. So this would be line in question B. Okay? So, does it have an x-intercept or a y-intercept? Y-intercept, so it's a y equals 8. Good. That's the equation. Cool? Okay. So that's the end of this lesson. Do you want to, of this half, do you want to circle things? Okay, so let's circle them right now so it's done. Here we go. What's today's date? Wednesday, May 17th? Okay, ready? A, B for number 1, E, F, H, and I for number 1. Turn the page. 2, 3, C. Whoops, I lost my spot. Yeah, 3C. Just 3C. Okay, number 4 and 5. 6, A and C. 7, all of 7. No 8. Skip 8. 9, A, D, E. And then 13, if time optional. Okay? I mean, all the other ones are optional, really. If you didn't circle them, you could still do them for practice. But they're not assigned. Okay? All right, give me a second.